Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Schmattz Outdoors. Just getting packed up again for the morning. Really didn't have a lot to pack or anything. I did throw in a couple 220s and a couple H-stands. Where the raccoon knocked my weasel box over yesterday, we're going to drop a 220 in there where they kind of come through a little chunk of cattails. Hopefully, maybe he'll come back in the next week here or so when the temperature's fluctuating up and down. And maybe I'll get him caught before he messes with my weasel box again. If my weasel box is tipped over, it's hard to catch a weasel in it. And I don't want to just be feeding the weasel either. So, about the only thing that I just did is I took the hose and rinsed out my sifter. Like the wires on the bottom here were so they're about 3 times the normal size, and you just couldn't knock the mud off of them. So I just took the hose to it and rinsed it off. I didn't get super carried away. It's cold out here and my hands are freezing now from just being in the water just for even a minute, but got that all cleaned up, ready to go. We're gonna get that thrown in my bag here. I feel like I'm forgetting something this morning and I don't know what it is yet, but sure once I get out there on the line and I need it, then I'll remember. But I don't know, I got my catch pole and I got my bag and my pail for remaking sets. I don't know what it could be, but all right, I think that's everything. Like I said, we're gonna get out there on the line. Hopefully we got some catches for you guys today. The wind blew pretty hard all night again last night. Kind of seems to be the theme of this season. Yeah, so I don't know how that's going to do for any of the animals moving around. It was a little bit warmer again, so maybe the raccoons moved and maybe I can get one of them caught for you. But all right, let's get out there on the line. All right, guys, so I'm just getting going. I'm literally to the first sets. I got a coyote set. It's right about in here. I think the snow melted enough. I think it's actually should be uncovered and working down there again. It's hard telling from here, and I don't want to go. I say never, but I've never had good luck digging out a set. Like, how big a spot of snow do you dig out around it? That type of stuff. They've been melting off, so I think almost all my sets, this might be one of the few that may still have a little bit of snow over it. Most of them have been in spots where it actually either blew clean or just got lucky and it drifted on either side of my set but not over the set. I do have a catch here. What I have is just a tree line goes down this way. There's a big rock pile here, but there's actually like a section line goes. There's no trees until you get down there a ways, and then I got where there used to be a road goes through here, and there's trees growed up on either side, and it's just growed in. Nobody lives down here. Basically, it's just a through road. It goes to nowhere, basically. It goes towards my house. And then behind me, they've redone this road, kind of fixed it up so these farmers can get to these fields. But this is the set that I had the fox killed in the other day. You ever go deer hunting, and I know not everybody deer hunts, but you ever go deer hunting and right as it's getting light or right as it's getting dark, all of a sudden like a stump looks like a deer over there, like you're sitting there and all of a sudden like, oh, that wasn't there just a minute ago, and it's just the way the shadows look or anything like that. So I'm driving down this road and I could kind of see like there's a darker green tuft of grass like right here. My God, do I got a catch on that side? Because I haven't caught anything on this side this year. So I'm like, God, do I got a catch? So I'm watching that side, and all of a sudden I look over and I could see this guy here standing like he's kind of out in the open, on purpose, but he's kind of out in the open, and I was like, oh, there's no way I have a catch on both sides. And then sure enough, I get up here, and I thought I had a coyote over here because it looked big when I was coming down the road. I'm like, oh, no way did I double up down here. Well, it turns out I don't have a coyote or anything on this side, and I got a fox on this side. So The wind's blowing pretty hard out there, so I apologize in advance for that. We're going to be walking into the wind to get over there. I'm going to try and remake the set. I can't see how muddy the trap is right now, but once I get out there, we'll take a look at that. I'll quick walk over and video him a little bit, and then I'll come back and grab my bag and get him dispatched and all that. So, but yeah, it was just kind of one of those weird deals that like, oh, I think I got a catch on that side. Oh wait, there is something on that side. God, I got a double, and then I ended up with just a single, and it wasn't a coyote anyway, it was a fox. And I think if you've watched my channel enough, you kind of know that I want to get rid of every coyote I can catch. For me, for the farmers, for the landowners, everybody around here wants to get rid of the coyotes. You know, killing their pets, killing the deer, you know, all that stuff. The fox, nobody ever seems to complain about fox. And I personally don't have a real big issue with fox either. I know they're hard on pheasants, and they do raid nests and that type of stuff in the spring. Probably duck nests too, and turkey nests, I guess, around here where there are turkeys. But I don't know. They're the one animal on my whole line that, you know, if I catch them, I'm not letting them go. But gosh darn it, I wish they'd just walk right by. All right, we'll get out here quick. I did look. This is number 7 for me for the year, so getting close to my all-time best. It's kind of funny because a few of the farmers, you know, when I was asking permission again, a lot of them were saying, yeah, there's coyotes running all over, which I hear that every year from everybody. But a lot of them were saying they were seeing more fox around this year. Well, this is kind of the proof in the pudding. I got 10 coyotes caught, and now this is fox number 7. So usually I'm about, I would say I stay closer to 7 or 8 coyotes to 1 fox. And this year I'm like under a half a coyote per fox. But all right, enough babbling. We'll get over there. We'll give you a little look of him. I'll kind of show you what we got going on, and we'll get out of here. It's going to be brutal out there. Well, I could see that like he was in the mud right here. He was over there on that side. So right here is actually where I had my original set, and I had that fox was killed in here. But you can see there's like 4 inches of ice snow right now. There was like 6 to 8 inches of packed ice and snow. I was like, I really don't want to try and remake it on that. So what I did is this edge of this field was just showing really nicely. So I just moved over here and drove a new stake in and all that, and ended up with this fox. Back leg catch, which I think this may be one of the first fox ever I've caught by a back leg, but yeah, so it just was a flat set right here with canine force and caster as lures and a quarter of fox urine. So yeah, got ourselves a nice fox here. I had it like over this way last year, but this year it had been under like a foot of snow, so I'm kind of glad I stayed out here a little bit farther. And then it looked like coyote tracks were coming right down this little lane and then going around this side of this woods. So I thought, well, we'll keep it out here and try and catch them before they get up into this where it winds out, because then you get, you know, less chance of getting it right in their face. All right, well, like I said, we'll get this guy dispatched and out of here. This actually looks like the dirt dried up significantly. This should be pretty easy remake for what I've been seeing this year, and other than it's cold and windy. But all right, we'll grab my bag and my gear, and we'll get this guy out of here, and we'll get moved on. First trap of the day. All right, guys, so it was a pretty quick run through on the line. Pretty much uneventful, which I kind of expected it to be with the wind blowing the way it was last night. I'm surprised I even got this fox, but yeah, it was just brutal out there. I think I got more peat moss and dirt in my eyes trying to remake that set than I actually got on this set. Funny enough, the very last trap I checked out in our pasture out here is set off. It looks like a deer stepped in and set it off. But it's in the bottom of a draw, and the wind would be funneling right down that draw. Like, the trees in there are just bent over like this. There's no way I'm gonna try and go reset that thing today. I have plans on trying to add some sets today, and I have a few spots I think I can get to now. it's froze up a little bit today, and it also dried up quite a lot today, so I actually got around pretty good. The fields weren't really muddy at all. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully I get a day here either in the next couple days that if I get a calm day, it's going to be like sun up till dark, because I got like probably at least 10 coyote sets I feel like I can put in right now if I could get a day decent enough to actually do it. Between it being muddy the last couple days and now the wind blowing like it is today, it's just like it'd be almost impossible to actually get them in unless I didn't use peat moss at all and just sifted dirt over them. But then I feel like they're gonna freeze up because it's supposed to be freeze thaw for the next week at least. We'll give you a quick look at the catch for the day. Nice red fox. He's got kind of a scar or something right there. I'm gonna have to be real careful skinning him right there. Probably get downgraded just because of that, but decent looking fox. Got a nice poofy, nice white spot on the tail. I did get yesterday, I got that fox skinned and fleshed and on a board, and I'll have to get him turned today, and then we'll get this guy skinned and fleshed today and get him on a board, and I think that should fill up most of my fox boards, unless I got maybe one more. But I'd like to start taking a couple of the fox. I got 2 fox in the freezer. I'd like to get them out and get them put up as well, but going to be probably 2 or 3 days before the 2 I already got on boards will be done and off the board. So yeah, I actually think I'm going to try and take out a couple badgers today and get them unthawing. So when I skin them, I just skin them and freeze them. I try to pick the burrs out if there are burrs in the badgers, but there always is mud in them. So what I'll do is I'll get them unthawed, and then I just take a 5-gallon pail, fill it full of water, dunk them in there, slosh them out, let them soak, kind of get the mud softened up. Scrub it off the best I can. The water will turn just, mud. Dump it out. Shake them the best I can to kind of whip off any of that muddy water that's still on them. Put it back in the pail, fill it full again. And I'll do that, up to 3 times sometimes it takes just to get, so you get pretty clean water after you're done. And then badgers, I have a very, very hard time fleshing badgers if the fur is wet at all. So once I get them washed, I'll hang them in my basement, and I'll even run a little fan on them for most of a day. It seems like it takes to get the fur good and dry. So basically, if I take them out tomorrow, I'll get them washed tomorrow and get the fan on them, so I probably won't be putting them up until the following day. So I'm thinking about trying to do that just because it takes a little extra time for them. The last few years I've been washing all my coyotes as well, so basically, the ones that I just did, I never froze, but basically I'll do the same thing. I'll take them out. It only takes just a little bit to unfreeze them or unthaw them. But those, basically, you can, if I get them unthawed like overnight, basically I can wash them and flesh them that same day. They'll just running a fan on, they seem like they dry a little bit quicker, and then it doesn't matter if their fur is wet, they still flesh fine. I've had trouble with badgers just because you have to flesh so hard and slice to get the cartilage gristle off of them, that I've had like big patches of fur where I've actually pulled the fur out from the hide slipping on my beam when I'm trying to flesh them. So it seems like if the fur is dry on a badger, I don't have that issue, but if it's wet, I've had it happen a couple times. And one, literally, it was a spot, 6 inches around, and I got completely done fleshing him, give him a good shake, and a big clod of fur fell off. So I wasted all that time and effort to skin him and flesh him, and I ended up just throwing him away. So I don't want to do that. So like I said, we're going to try and take a couple of them out, get them unthawed, and we'll get this guy taken care of today. I did catch one rat in a dog proof. I've caught a couple there now. I don't know. They keep knocking my golf balls off, stealing all my bait out of my dog proofs. I hair triggered them, tried to set the dog proofs just so it would hardly stay set. and then now I've caught 2 of them, and I feel like there's going to be a whole bunch of them there. So I'm almost to the point I might pull some of those dog proofs just because I'm sick of rebaiting them and feeding the mice. But all right, I think that's all I got for today. Again, a little slower on the line than last year, and at least I'm still making catches, I guess. Otherwise, I would thank you guys for watching Schmattz Outdoors. Hit the thumbs up on this video because I actually made a catch again. Subscribe to my channel. Tell other people about any hunting related YouTube channels. We all need any support we can get. Otherwise, we'll see you guys out on the line tomorrow.